Good afternoon, Bring a Trailer people. My name is Kirk. This is my 1997 Lexus SC300 up for auction on Bring a Trailer with no reserve. I am going to do a basic walk around here, talk about the car, try to remember what I can remember, and we'll see where it goes. I bought this car new in 1997 from Lexus of Bellevue, who are still in business, albeit in a new location. Unknown to me at the time was that the 97 SC300 was the last year they would have a manual transmission. There had been manuals from whenever we started, 91 was it? 97 was the last year in the US. And so when I went into the dealer and talked about buying the car, the manual was a must for me. Once he realized that I wanted a manual and no sunroof, I hate sunroofs, he realized there was no way he was going to find one on his lot or any other. So we went into his little desk and wrote up the order form, and this was custom built for me in Japan and then shipped over, and I have driven it ever since. So this is a one-owner car, 103,000 miles, 99+% of which have been with my butt in the driver's seat. It has been a very good car. I have no complaints about it. Enjoyed the heck out of it. But finally, after 22+ years, I have replaced it with what's behind door number 2 there. So I'm going to try to point out the things that are wrong, such as I can, and we'll see how it goes. All right, for starters, the most important one is that I did once kiss a guardrail, to my great dismay and shame. It was not an enormous accident. The airbags did not deploy, but it did crunch up the nose. I took it in. Insurance took care of it. I think the total bill was about $6 grand. You know, a lot of individual parts got bent and tweaked and so forth. They did a perfectly fine job. I have no complaints there. But it was an accident, so it's not as though it has never been in an accident. It has been in one. I regret that they drilled those holes in my front bumper for the front license plate. I asked them not to, but that note got lost, and thus 2 more holes got drilled in there. This car is much better without a front plate. As you can see, here's some little smudge. This obviously after the accident. I don't even know what that's from. Did I kiss something? It kissed a pole coming around. It's kind of a funny angle. A couple of scuffs there. Sorry about that. We have some minor nicks on the hood. Little guys there. That's just dust. There's one. Here's some little ones there. This part is a little frustrating. It's not quite lined up right there, and that would have been from the repair. So maybe I don't know if it was like that right from then, or if since then it got, you know, I touched some curb a little bit, a speed bump that moved it a bit, but that's a little off and a little frustrating. Ooh, you can hear some clip there, not quite clipping in. That's a little frustrating. Let's see. Here you can see in the light, there's something there. And man, I got no idea where that came from. How the heck would that even happen? What, slamming the door? Some big guy leaning on it? I cannot picture. I hope that shows up. The change in that angle. Something there. Here's another little scuff along there. A couple of little scuffs there. I don't know, does that stuff buff out? Beats me. One of the wheels has a bit of a scuff to it. Yeah, right there. That's no doubt grinding some curb. What else do we have? All right, so let's go inside. There's certainly a few things here. This is a funny one. All of these little notches here. This is because every now and again, every 100th or 1,000th time you shut the door, the belt would be suspended down here in just the right way where it would catch and pinch there. And eventually it bumped all those in. Sorry about that. There's a slight wear here on the driver's seat. This is because for a number of years I had a wallet that had a little wire frame to it, and the wallet started to wear out, and I should have replaced the wallet 5 years earlier than I did. Once I finally realized it was actually affecting my car, I threw the wallet out and got myself a much softer, curvy one. So that's a little bit bad. There's some wear marks on the floor mat here. You can see that's a little bit bad, but these are the original mats. Certainly what's beneath is, of course, perfect. What else do we have inside here? Well, we can do the cold start video. I know that's important. There we are. So there we can see 103,030 miles. Stereo, I bought the Nakamichi upgrade for more money than it was worth, I'm sure. And that had the full height unit, which I still have, comes with the car, of course. And that was for the CD changer in the trunk, which is still in the trunk, but it doesn't work anymore. After 15 years, the CD changer ate itself and no longer changed CDs. So we left the changer in the trunk. The guys at Car Toys took out the big unit, the doubled in, put in this one. It has a thumb drive here for 1,000 albums, and that's been doing just fine. They managed to recycle all the speakers and the subwoofer and the amp and the subwoofer amp, I think, which according to the guy at Car Toys was a big win. That, as he explained, the car biz has no standards whatsoever for the componentry and wiring harnesses and so forth of car stereos, and that I need to replace nothing but the head unit was a plus. So there's that. Here's a pinch there. Something got caught there. What else do I have? Back seats have, of course, hardly ever had anybody in them, so they're not bad. Actually, pretty good, I think. Let's see. We do have the so in '97, the number of options available on this car was fairly small, a small list, and I think I can get them all now. Obviously, there's the color, the silver exterior, and the black interior. I've forgotten what other interior colors I might have gotten. The Nakamichi stereo thing was an upgrade. The leather was an upgrade, though I have no idea what the normal one looks like. I don't know if it was plaid or denim. I have no idea. Manual, of course, instead of an automatic. I don't know which was the option and which was the standard. I couldn't get traction control because I didn't have the automatic, which struck me as odd. Why would you care about stuff up here for the stuff back there? But that was the rule, so it goes. I also didn't get heated seats because, as I said to the salesman at the time, those are for people who don't have garages, and I do. On one webpage I found describing the options for this car, it implied that you could not get heated seats with the automatic, which strikes me as bizarre. I can only interpret that as meaning that it came already with the automatic, and then you could add it on for the manual, which I chose not to do. No sunroof, because I hate sunroofs. I got the wing in the back. Not that it really does anything. I just like the look of it then and now. Let's see, what else was there for options? There's probably one more that I'm forgetting. I'll get to it later. Notice the very cleverly engineered little cup holder still works, because we SC owners have learned that if your passenger ever reaches toward that, you're to smack them, because the last thing you actually want to do is put something in there, because it'll just flip it right out as soon as you go around a corner. So we preserve those very carefully. I have my original manual here with these doodads in it. Original Lexus pen. Let's take a look under the hood. didn't release it enough. Oh, I know, that was the trunk. There's the hood. One thing I did do myself, I replaced the hydraulic struts both for the hood and for the trunk. In both cases, it's very unpleasurable to be sticking your head in there and to have the hood or the trunk fall on you. I got them off of Amazon. It went just fine up here. The ones in the back were a little bit weird for hooking up, but they worked just fine. Let's see. This light is out. I've replaced them before. I could and should do that one, but I haven't, sorry. I've replaced the battery a handful of times, unsurprisingly. Nothing else. There was one preemptive repair by my mechanic. We redid the timing belt, of course, at like 90,000 or something. And I have the receipt for that, of course. He replaced the timing belt, and when he did that, he also did the water pump, because that's the normal thing for him to do. Other than that, it's, of course, all original, all stock. The car has been garaged for 22 years. It's out of doors now because I have a replacement in there. So it's a little bit, there's still a couple of pieces of grit stuck to it here from being out in the rain, but it is a lifetime garaged car. Here's a full disclosure. I took this guy out to put the struts in, and I didn't clip it all the way 100% back in again because it's kind of hard to do and I'm not very good at it, so I just did an average job. Similarly, you can see down here, this is just kind of rando there. Here's the CD changer, the one that grenaded itself. I have the little cartridge thing that goes in there too, but you know, it doesn't work anymore. That's the front license plate frame. I can certainly show the spare. I just lost a screw down there. Gotta chase that down. That. It goes with my license plate frame holder. All right, so jack bits, toolkit thing. It's the original spare. I have no idea the status of it. Does it have air in it? Doesn't look like a whole lot. I've never put it on. Is it even I guess it's a full size. I know nothing about it. I've replaced the tires, but never the spare. I apologize for that. Sorry. First aid kit. I'm sure every Band-Aid is still in place there. Let's see, what else do we have at the moment? Nothing else springs to mind. I will resume this in a bit when I think up more stuff to talk about. Okay, talk to you again soon. Thanks, bye.